That's your job.
That's a problem.
What's, I mean, why can't we, if we paying everything, the citizens, why can't we know where the money is going? Why can't we know who get paid what? Why we gotta guess? You get this, you get that. Why people's guess? We paying the bill. If you pay the bill, you should know where your money going. Why don't we know? See, I mean, this goes not only on him, it goes on all of y'all. If y'all not getting a report on where the money is, something wrong. You know, and I can't say, the only thing I can say is this. There was a time I was a little bit in politics. And I was told I'd never make a politician because I tell the truth. See, because people don't want to hear the truth. That's the problem. And people go on with what they want to hear, and that's nothing. I mean, sound like, my time is up that quick?
No, it's not 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's up because they don't want to hear what I got to say.
That's not so.
It's 3 minutes.
That's not so.
Okay, well, hey, I'm not going to argue with you. You running the meeting, this is your show. It's up to the people. If they wanted to change it, they can change not only you all, but they can change the whole situation.
That's true.
It's 3 minutes.
Congratulations again. I have three, not just only three, but we have potholes. I mean, like the sink is like in the middle of Rosslyn too, so you have to be careful. Go into the middle of Rosslyn, you're gonna see a big hole, and you can look down at it. So that's going to cave in. So I really need somebody to come and look at that. That's urgent. And another one is, I got a request is, why is the water rate is higher in Cleveland? East Cleveland. Yeah.
You can't hear you, need to speak up.
Why is the water rate is higher in East Cleveland? And why are we paying so much taxes if we is not really can afford, you know, housing and stuff like that? Why is these taxes are so high in East Cleveland if it's really not no suburbs? And
Can you clarify that a little bit? I don't understand. You said, why are the taxes so high if you cannot?
no, I'm saying a lot of homeowners is retired. They've been in their home for a long time. Not the ones that's working or whatever, but they still get the same high rate. So you know East Cleveland,
Are you talking about real estate tax?
we
What
talking
tax?
about house.
Is that real estate tax money?
It's more than just real estate. It's just taxes, house taxes from the county to the county taxes and stuff. The county high taxes. It's the county taxes. That's what I'm talking about. It's high in East Cleveland, and a lot of the suburbs is not that high. You know, and I think that it should be a tax break for the homeowners in East Cleveland, especially when they've been in their home for 40 years, and then they retired and on a fixed income. Come on. What you want them to do, move out? No, I think that they earned their right to be there.
Thank you.
And another one is
That's it.
tariffs.
Time is up.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right.
Before I start the minutes, it should be 3 minutes, and the council also has a limitation.
Okay, thank you. You're welcome.
That's fair and impartial.
1, 2, 3. Start.
Thank you. May I extend my felicitation to those of you who won your election in the capacity, whatever position you was running for. So I extend my invitation. You, in reference to ordinance 5215, you are saying as amending it, this particular ordinance, and there's some changes. I would like to know what are the changes and when you're amending it. Nobody elucidated on it as to what is being changed here. It just says
5215.
5215 in reference to Yes, it said that tax changes pursuant to the enactment by the Ohio General Assembly in December 2014. And I want to know what those changes are.
I'll agree with that.
And so elucidate on it. You're just passing something, and you may have all of the information. I know, sitting there, I have the information, but the public is not privileged to that information, and it should be whoever sponsoring it should have the ability to explain it. Number two, and you was right in reference to point of order and order. When the council have started their meeting, if the mayor isn't here and you done pass where he's supposed to speak, you don't go back and let him speak. You move on with your meeting. And if you have anything at the end of the meeting, then that's when he speaks. You don't go backwards with your meeting, you move forward with your meeting. Because he's not going to do it in his meeting if he have a meeting. So that's the way the meeting was supposed to flow and operate.
Thank you.
And that was
Thank
the
you, I
desire.
appreciate it.
So, and then you have to get permission from the council to do the backtracking. But anyway, have said that, I hope that we will address some of these issues, as someone has said, in reference to rehabilitation in this housing, because there aren't any rehabilitation taking place in this city, period. And we do get money for that. And this council is responsible, not to just letting administration direct everything in the city.
Mr. O'May.
Well, I'm just telling you, I'm supposed to have 3 minutes, so that's
We
what the time
will
is.
address it, okay? Ms. Wheeler?
Hi, everybody. How are you?
Hi.
I wanted to find out if you all have your plan, your financial plan together.
Yes.
Okay, I'm a little late. I wanted to try to get here on time, but I couldn't make it.
Well, it'll be, the financial, the commission meeting will be tomorrow at 1 o'clock, at the library,
Okay.
okay? And the financial plan will be discussed there. We had a special meeting to get that financial plan together. I'm just elaborating since you weren't here,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And Mr. O'May, that's out of order too.
And I had a question about ordinance number 52-15. That you can answer later on, because I'm
Okay.
late. Okay, well, that's all I wanted. Thank you.
All right.
Gerald Strothers, 44112news.com. A lot of stuff I'd just like to talk about. Yesterday, being down there on Hague at the elementary school down there, and having a party down there with Mr. King, Mr. Wheeler, and the mayor was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And it became even more ridiculous when the people who were trying to collect signatures up to recall Mr. King and the mayor wound up getting harassed by people to the point of somebody stealing a clipboard with signatures. We've gotten to that point, and they asked me, they said, well, is it for real that they're doing this kind of stuff? I said, yeah, it's real. And they're down there, you came down there to harass these citizens who are exercising their right to do what they want to do. If they don't like you, they won't be able to get enough signatures. But you guys printed up papers, please don't recall me. Please let me stay in office. And I didn't understand the whole thing. It got out of control to the point when Mr. Jones is running after this young man who stole his clipboard, who was with you. It was a group with Mr. King. It was Mr. King and all these people, all y'all talking. And he's running after his clipboard. But I just wanted, real quickly, WKYC broke a story which I told you guys a long time ago, that the police car that killed Christopher Kimble did not have any lights on, was not on a call, did not have a siren on. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to break something else to you. The young man was watching his phone. He was texting, or whatever you want to say, and driving. Well, a lot of times they have to use their phones to do GPS. And I'm going to break it before KYC or Channel 5 or all the other people who take the stories off the website do. But tonight, people are watching on the news the story I told you guys weeks ago about the police car that killed Christopher Kimble. Saturday, it's his birthday, and they're having a celebration here.
response of,
Yeah.
Ed?
Got one.
Okay, yes, sir.
Nice to see you all, nice to be here. I came up here to listen and to gain some information. I moved up here a year ago and seen a lot of talk about the annexation of Cleveland. And well, I read that and heard it, and I signed the partition. I haven't heard anything from the other side. I know that the city is broke. Okay, that's what I gather. When I'm walking down the street, I'm talking with my people that live on my street. You know, what's going on? What do you think? You know, we're all standing there scratching our heads as far as what's real and what's not real. Right? So, if I could ask, if someone has the time to tell me what's besides the annexation by Cleveland, what is going to be the answer? What is the answer that those that are against that have? So that as a citizen, I can look at both things, or three things, or five things, and say, well, this is the best, or that's the best. I haven't heard it since I've been here, and people that I've talked to on my street, we don't know. So if anybody would like that answer, my name is James Van Hoos. People call me Jimmy, if they want to. They call me other things. That's right, Mr. Marty, you call me something. I live on Oak Hill. Right across from Mayor, right across from Mr. Wilson, who just passed away. I know you're friends with Mr. Wilson. So, anyway, somebody has something to say if you're, I don't, you know.
Well, Jimmy, may I call you Jimmy?
Yeah, please do.
Okay, you have I'm sorry. I'm Chair. You have a councilman here that lives not too far from you, and I'm sure he'll make an appointment to sit down and talk to you about it.
You're in jazz, aren't you?
Oh,
Do you have a jazz house? Your wife sings jazz?
no.
You don't?
Oak Hill is his ward.
Is it? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I'm sure
But you feel free.
I'll talk to anybody.
Okay?
Okay,
We'll talk to
I'll
you.
run the corner.
Okay.
All right,
Well, I don't know what you're for, that's all. I did.
okay, we're back to, what are we back to? Response of council. I think I'm gonna. Can I get the rest of my sentences out? Okay, response of council and mayor to remarks of the public. Now, all of these remarks that were dealt here, the mayor will try to give you a response according to my agenda here. Mayor, you have the floor.
Clearly, the last remark was the most tough.
Yay! I haven't done anything intelligent all day long.
As for the financial reports, I think that council is aware that although we may have our differences, we know that at least for the past 4 years, the auditor of state has put together a monthly financial report in this city that details every penny that is spent. It used to be every dime, now it's every penny that's spent in this city. So anybody, and I think that the person who actually made that remark actually comes to the fiscal commission. It's where those reports are available every single month. There's financial information made available to council and the clerk every single month as to what the city spends, and that's standards. Salaries of all the people who work for the city are very, very public. There's a list tonight of people's salaries and bi-weekly pay by name. All those things are public. So there is no guesswork involved. Now, some of us love to read and even read numbers from time to time. Others of us may be allergic to reading, particularly numbers. But all those letters and numbers are available, and they all spell out what this city spends and does on a monthly basis, and it's all public. So there's no need to guess. The 5-year financial forecast is public. The state of some infrastructure. As to the infrastructure, we heard some of those concerns. Jimmy, the city, in your term, is what it is financially. It is in that condition. We mentioned a couple of the symptoms of the root problem, which is lack of revenue to address some infrastructure issues where the infrastructure itself is 100 years old, give or take, and it takes a lot of money to fix it. There are some unstated, unnecessary costs that have cropped up and will crop up in recent months and coming months. For instance, something that's not in the budget, something that's not in the forecast is a lawyer. When the petition for annexation, at least to start the discussion, was filed, council did not act on that petition as it was supposed to under the Ohio law. And there was a lawsuit filed simply to ask council to act to appoint these 3 commissioners that are required of the law. Instead of making those appointments, the council chose to hire a lawyer. We all know that lawyers aren't cheap. It's a downtown Cleveland law firm. They're not working pro bono on that issue, so the residents will really foot the bill for council's legal representation, which could go to tens of thousands of dollars. In addition to that, there are recall petitions circulating. There's a recall election established for Councilman Tom Wheeler. The recall election of Councilman Tom Wheeler, an unplanned, unbudgeted expense, will be $15,000. So that's just $15,000 to determine whether or not we will keep a councilman that's already elected. The citywide recall, if you recall the citywide councilman and the mayor, those elections will cost $45,000 apiece, and they will be separate from Councilman Wheeler's recall election. So those elections, $90,000 from the mayor, it's about $90,000. So $90,000 for the citywide elections, and $15,000 for the councilman's election in Ward 3. That's $105,000 that the city will spend on recall elections that are not necessary.
Your time is up.
That's, by the way, $105,000 is 2 police officers for a year. We will have to lay off 2 police officers.
Mr. King?
I'd just like to walk around here so that people can read my shirt. It's a lot of,
It's dirty.
there's a lot of misconception, a lot of spin, and a lot of bad information. And just tonight, I was accused of something. Mr. Holmes was there. Mr. Holmes, I was by myself. Everyone who was there, I came by myself, and now I'm spun into being with somebody. I would ask everybody that's a resident concerned about this city to be mindful of where you get your information and who you talk to. If you wait until the election, until our terms are up, you can put someone else in office.
Just like you did
If you do a recall, you're looking at $15,000 for a ward. You say 45? 45 apiece. So you love the city. Someone tells you they love the city and they're trying to help the city. God sent them here to cost the city another $15,000. Please. Please. Listen. Here's the issue. Right? I'm going to take my seat. Here's the issue. They say they love the city and they spread inaccurate information. The mayor is right. The documents detailing every cent that is spent and that comes into the city are made available every month from the state auditors. The numbers are correct. And every month, every council meeting, someone comes up, somebody's stealing some money. Where are you getting your information?
From the past.
So let me keep going. The sinkholes. I just wanted to briefly go over that. I called them trying to get them to fix it, because a lot of times they'll come out and whether or not it's the sewer district's, it's the sewer's fault, they'll address it and they'll at least put a plate over. So that's why I called them, and we'll try to continue to do that, because ultimately it falls on the city to contact the county to fix it, and then it comes out of the city budget, which you know we do not necessarily have to fix all the sinkholes. From my understanding, 5215, I was hoping the mayor would touch on it. From my understanding, the state passed it, and it's just something we have to do to get our books in order. That's 5 minutes?
No, it's not 5 minutes.
thought
they
it
had more.
Charlotte was fine.
Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you.
He's answering the question.
Thank you. Key.
Oh, okay.
Councilman Martin. You, huh?
He's next. You want me to go now?
Okay, I can finish.
I'm the chair, you can go next, sir.
Okay, I'm fine. James, and I saw you guys yesterday voting. Thank you for exercising your right. There's a lot of history here in East Cleveland that the reason why we're here. And that history goes back maybe about 10 or 15 years with mayors that have not been honest and trustworthy, going all the way back to Anwar. Mayors that have been on the Eagle trip and thought they were all that in the bag of chips. The last one, Eric Brewer. The mayor's not staying within their budget. Now, I need to share this with you. Some possible good news. For the last 15, and this is going to blow your mind, for the last 15, almost 20 years, we've had $300,000 in a special purpose grant, single mothers that adapt to reality training. We've been back and forth in this council. I've been on council the longest. This is my 17th year now.
Yeah.
Been asking, what's going on with the money? So, we finally get some answers, and here's what I'm hoping, Council President, that $300,000 has been sitting there. It was specifically geared for training mothers to get work. It's been sitting there for 20 years. Okay, yeah, we spent a little bit of it. So I'm hoping that with the dialogue that's taking place, that we can get some of that money to help us fix some of this infrastructure here. That's what I'm hoping that we do. I hope that they allow us to do that, but it's up to HUD. I don't know if they'll do because it's a special purpose grant. Let me finish. Okay. I want to say this. In government, it's about the people, for the people, and of the people.
Thank you.
If the people exercise their right,
Thank you.
that's why we sit here. So citizens took it upon themselves to go out and circulate a petition to have somebody recall. They have the right to do that.
Thank you.
And there will be an election. Now, how does that happen? Citizens were dissatisfied enough to sign a petition to get enough. They've tried to recall Norton at least 3 times in the last 8 or 9 months and been unsuccessful. But they were successful in this particular situation. I can't vote in this situation because it's in Ward 3. But, come on, I'm just getting started.
Join the crowd.
Goodness.
Join the crowd.
Come on.
Mantel baby.
Thank you. I'll try to address it quickly. The House Bill 5, it was pursuant to the Home Rule Amendment of the Ohio Constitution, whereas municipalities shall have the authority to exercise all powers of local government, the municipal taxing power of such powers of local government are delegated by the people of the state. So this in reference is not a form of an increase, but it was just addressing the municipal code. I can have you take this piece of legislation home and peruse it if you so choose. The public does pay the salaries. We should be most loyal to the individuals who pay our salaries. And then we must be mindful that we are citizens ourselves of the state of Ohio and in particular communities in which we live in. If one wants to petition his or her government, he or she has the right to do so. And no matter what monetary value is connected to it, that individual does have the right to do that. That individual also has the right to vote.
Yes.
If the individual chooses to vote or does not choose to vote, that is his or her choice. We have to understand that our government does not falter just because we see money connected to a particular exercise. Do I agree with it? That's my own personal opinion. But I do think that East Cleveland has been through enough monetarily, but we also have been through enough as it relates to those who represent us. And I'm not putting it on one individual, I'm not putting it on a collective group of individuals. This has been over time. And we have to understand that things won't get better unless we do better as a people. You can't put all of the ducks on the shoulders of government officials. Put the ducks on the shoulders of the residents.
So let's be mindful that as I make my exit, we are our own saving grace. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Wheeler?
Once again, good evening, everybody. It fascinates me how some people just outright lie. It disturbs me that they lie like they do. First of all, I wasn't even around yesterday at Mayfair whenever that incident occurred. But they lied and said I was there. And I'm right in front of them. They lie right in front of my face about me. That's what where you get your information from. Do your own due diligence and do your research and find out what's really going on. I've been here on council for 2 years. I've been here 51 years of my life. I've been born and raised in the city. I'm not even here for the money. It's only $4,500 a year. I give more than that to the city every single day. I was up here today for almost 8 hours. I'm up here more than any councilman every day almost. But, you know, they don't want me here. You got a handful of those who wasn't born here, wasn't raised here, and they got all the answers. All the answers. This problem happened, but you got folks who've been sitting up here for almost 20 years. They haven't solved the problem yet, but now they got the answer. I feel like the gentleman out here that just spoke a moment ago. What's the other option? And that's why we retained the firm, try to find out what the option was. Because if you're going to uphold something, then have the solution. Your fault has never been the answer to any problem. And it's not going to start being the answer now. We got to find a solution. So, watch where you get your news from. Some of this crap is crap. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman.
That's bad.
Mr. Mayor, please. I give you the utmost respect. Please do that. Okay. Answering some of the questions that were given here, Ms. Gallia, I would like to answer some of your questions. The seniors have what is called a homestead, and they get a break on their taxes. And there is from the county a payment plan even for your taxes. I use that, my real estate taxes. They take it out of my pension check every month, comes out of my account. So that is available for you. The housing stock that is here, they come by, the county comes by and supposedly adjust or try to find out or give you an estimate on how much your house is costing. In the past years, your house has went from maybe $80,000 in the past years down to maybe $43,000. That's what your house, even your house up on Oak Hill now has come down. If you check, yeah, as far as I know.
Since I moved there, I'll tell you.
As far as I know, they're supposed to be, the taxes has the tax value of your house. It's not what it used to be. And I know that for a fact. So, and also we have a lot of individuals in the city of Cleveland, even, and I would like to mention this to the school board members. I sit on the Ohio board for homeless individuals, and there is a lot of homelessness across the state, and mainly you would be surprised at how many kids are falling through the crack and are homeless and sleeping in cars. And my time is up. Thank you. As far as I can see, there's nothing else on my agenda, and I will accept the motions for adjournment.
I move. So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned.
Ms. Wheeler.
Okay, since the meeting is adjourned, one thing I would like to say.
Okay, sweetie.